Hi everyone, this is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I have been working on developing a lectures management system using PHP CodeIgniter AJAX and Jquery. In my last video I completed the functionality of designing the home page where I was displaying the list of all the users who have got registered with this application. Okay, so now I have logged in as a Michael user, so that's why, since the Michael is been logged in now, that's why only one user is displaying here. Okay, so now if I log out from Michael's home page, okay, dashboard, so you can see when I go to home page, now you will see here on my home page two users are displaying, okay, Jacob and Michael. So now again I will log in as a Michael Brown. Okay, and when I click on submit, it will take me to the dashboard of Michael Brown. Okay, so now in this video we will discuss about adding post functionality. Okay, so before starting developing this functionality, I would just want to tell you guys, if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will get continuous updates of my upcoming videos. Okay, so now here, whenever a user wants to add any post, then the user needs to enter the text inside this text box, and when the user click on the publish, that post will get inserted inside the MySQL database. Okay, so here I have created a table with a name as tbl post. As you can see, there are four posts already been stored. Okay, and these four posts belongs to two users. Okay, as you can see, user ID is also mentioned. Okay, so now whenever user tries to publish any post without entering any information in this text box, it will display a message as post field is required. Okay, so now we are developing this functionality using the concept of CodeIgniter AJAX and Jquery. Okay, so for doing that, first we need to go to our dashboard.php file. Okay, so here I'm in my user dashboard file. Okay, so here first we need to create this user card, where you can see the name of the user, image of the user, designation, and the subject that user taught will we need to display. Okay, so for that, here you can see you just need to copy the same code whatever you had written in the case of add profile. Okay, so from the beginning, okay, you just need to copy this code. Okay, and then till this end, if you need to copy this entire code. Okay, and then you need to put it inside this user dashboard file. Okay, so I already copied that text. Okay, so here you can see, from here to this end, if each and every markup and PHP code is exactly same whatever we had written in our add profile.php file. Okay, so now the next thing is, okay, so here you can see the three columns gets closed. The three columns gets closed. Okay, and here also three columns. Okay, so here I have used an if else condition. Okay, so whenever user will be on his dashboard and the user suppose user has not uploaded their personal details, professional details, and qualification details, at that time I want to display here a default image. Okay, so for displaying that default image and the name of the user, I have written an if condition. Okay, so if user has uploaded their complete details, then I will be displaying this else block, where I am displaying the profile image, name of the user, department, and designation. Okay, so now once this div gets closed, which is of three columns div, next we need to create a six column div. Okay, inside that I have created a panel for designing this add post form. Okay, and then panel heading with a title as add post, followed by panel body. Okay, and then I have created a form with an ID as add post, and here I have used and another div where I'm displaying an success message to the user whenever the post successfully gets published inside the database. Okay, for displaying that message I have created an id to this div post save message, and that id I will be referring in my ajax code. Okay, and then I have created a form group. Inside that I have created a text box or text area with a class form control and name as post, id as post as well, and then rows and columns attributes. Okay, so now and here I have created a date and time field. I'm taking the system date and time, and I'm sending the date and time along with the form as a hidden field. Okay, so as you can see here I have created an input field or text box, and the type of input text box is hidden. Okay, so with that hidden text box I'm sending the date and time which I'm taking from the system, and I'm passing that date and time along with my form. Okay, and then I have created a submit button with a name as post and value as publish. Okay, so now whenever I click on this submit button after entering the post, I'll be making an ajax request with the help of this id as add post which I have given to my form. Okay, and then control will transfer to this jQuery code where I'm making an ajax request to my user posts method present inside users controller. Okay, so here you can see I have referred that add post id, and with that id I'm triggering an on submit event. Okay, and the moment when I click on submit button I will take the data of the post and I will store the data inside this post variable. Okay, by referring the id of the post. So here you can see I had given the id to this text area as post, so I'm using that id and getting the data and storing inside that post variable. Okay, so here I'm checking for emptiness. What if the user tries to click on publish post button without entering any text inside the text area, then I will display the user as post field required. Okay, and then if the user has entered the post inside the text area, then I will be making an ajax request to this url. Okay, users post method which I have created inside users controller. To this method I am sending an ajax post request. Okay, and then I have created an object of my form data. Okay, and then I am passing that data to this user.php file. Then control will come to this user.php file where I have created this user post method. Okay, and here I'm taking the user id because inside the table I'm also storing the user id of the user who is currently logged in and who is trying to publish a post. Okay, so here again I will come back to my editor, and here also I'm getting the post from the form and I'm storing that post inside this post variable and this published date as well. Okay, and as I have told you already that along with this form I was sending the system date. Okay, and that date I was sending as a hidden field, so that field will get sent along with the form. So that date and time I'm receiving here inside this function. Okay, inside user post, and all this data user id post and publish date I have stored inside an array. Okay, I have created an array with a name as post data, and to that array I have passed the user id post and published date. Okay, and then here I'm passing this complete data which I have stored as an array to this save post function which I have created inside a user model file. Okay, so now let me just take you to this user model class. So here inside this user model, okay, I have created a function with a name as save post. Okay, so whatever data I will be getting from the form I will pass the data to this user models class or file. Okay, here you can see I have called a save post function which I have created under user model class, and to this function I have passed this entire data. So now the data will come here inside this function, and with this insert statement I am passing the data to this tbl post table. Okay, so now from here it will return a success message, and we will see that message here inside our view file. Okay, so now if the data successfully gets saved inside the database from this model, then control will come inside this success block, where I will display a message as post published successfully, and that message I will display here, as you can see, post, with the help of this post id. And this is the message, this message I'm displaying with the help of this post saved message id. Okay, and then immediately after a few seconds I will hide that message and I will reload the page. Okay, and immediately after that I will be displaying those published posts below this form. Okay, so that fetching those posts and displaying those posts below this form, that I'm going to cover in my next video. Okay, so now let me just show you a demo of it. Okay, I will type hello everyone, this is my first post. Okay, so now let me just go to my table. So here you can see I have only 4 records, and now when I click on submit, see, it gives me a message as post published successfully. And now when I come back to the table and refresh, you will see and one more post gets added into this table, and the user id of the user who added that post or published that post is 2, and it's also displaying the date as well. Okay, so now this is everything about developing the functionality of adding or publishing the post, okay, by a logged in user. And in my next video I will discuss about fetching those posts and displaying those posts below this form the moment when user published any post. Okay, so that I will be going to cover in my next video. Okay, so this is the entire code for developing the functionality of adding the post. Okay, okay, so this is the jQuery code, and we have written PHP code as well for adding the post. And then from here we move to the user model class, where we have written the save post function, which will save the data inside the table. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. I hope you understood how to develop this functionality of adding post into users, how to add the post from users dashboard. Okay, so that's all for this video, and thanks for watching.